You're hanging out with the crew of Dimelo 305, and we have the one and only Andrea Viejo from the Andrea Believes Foundation in the building. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today.
Thank you so much, Tristan.
You are incredibly active in the community. We've seen you do the impossible. You're feeding individuals who are without a home. You are everywhere. I mean, it's unbelievable, all the work that you do. We're going to talk about it, but before we get to that, I definitely want to talk about your story.
I've always had a really strong passion for service, especially when I went at the age of 16, no, at the age of like 12, I went into, that was my middle school, and our science club decided to do a service project, and so we ended up going to the Ronald McDonald's House. Ronald McDonald's House is a home away from home for many patients and families, patients who go through chemo, who have cancer, who are waiting for a transplant, and so this is like a little hotel where they stay there until they wait for their transplant or any type of surgery. It's run by volunteers. So they have different programs that individuals can go and they can donate their time. And so it's just very precious, and their mission has always been a huge part of my heart. After the service project, I got home and I told my mom, listen, Mom, I think I want to go back to the Ronald McDonald's House. I want to make a difference.
So at 12 years old, you go with the school project and you come home and you have this, it sounds like a very mature conversation with your mom, because for a 12-year-old to be thinking and processing these things is pretty interesting. And so what did your mom say when you told her that?
My mom said, are you sure? I mean, it's a beautiful thing, but at the age of 12, obviously, like you mentioned, you don't think about those things. But I've always told individuals that when you have a purpose in life, I'm a huge faithful person, and I just believe that God gave me a purpose and gave me a gift. And so that gift, I come to realize that it's to serve my community and to give back to others.
Now, at the same time, I mean, as you're getting a little older, you also had like some personal situations that may have also been like an impetus for this, desire to serve. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, unfortunately, at the age of 16, I stepped into the shoes of a patient where I was diagnosed with an unoperable brain tumor. It's a very rare tumor located in the cerebellum of the brain. It was very hard for my family and for myself to realize that at the age of 16, I was going to have to either go through chemo or go through procedures at such a young age, and especially I was a freshman in high school. So it was a really tough time for me, but thankfully I'm always a very positive person, and I decided to just go with it. I told my parents, I know this is a hard time for us, but I know that God is always with me, and I'm going to surpass this. I'm
guessing one thing that we're always trying to do with Dimelo 305 is talk about, health and awareness. What were some of the signs like before, you being diagnosed with this?
The signs were numbness of my arm, and I have a lot of loss of balance. And so there's challenges that I have to go day by day. Actually, right now, I'm actually experiencing another challenge in my life as well. Due to the tumor being very unusual and I'm actually the first person at my age to have that type of tumor. It's called neurocytoma. So doctors can't really tell me what's going to happen in the future. So at the age of 30, I became partially deaf. So I only have 45% hearing on my right ear. And so I received hearing aids at that time. And I always try to make every situation that I go through in a positive manner. And so that's why I make those little jokes. But to be very transparent with you, it was very hard for me to receive those hearing aids. And without them, I can't hear. I always tell people that everyone has a challenge in life, but we all have to just stick through it, stay positive. Not everyone's situation is going to be the same, but as long as you have a positive attitude and you follow your purpose, you get through it. And so my purpose is to serve my community.
At what point do you decide, I want to start a foundation? I want to do something that's bigger than me, that's going to be of service to our community. How did that come about?
Actually, Andrea Believes has always been the name, right? At the age of 12, when I used to book my Ronald McDonald's House activities, I used to be like, hey, Andrea Believes is coming. Always used to be a huge dream of mine. Never did I thought that I was going to become a nonprofit organization. So about 16, when I was 16, after I, went through what I went through, I was like, okay, so I think I want to, establish a little bit more. So I did shirts, I advertised it on social media. As a 16-year-old as well, you don't want to be doing all those stuff, but I did, and I kept on serving. And in 2022 was a year where I established it as a 501c3. It's gonna be like our third year, and I've grown so much, and I've gotten the support from other people, and people know what we're all about. We help so many individuals. I started off as helping people through mental health initiatives, and during the time, I'm just like, wait, I help more people. Like, I help the homeless, I help, people internationally. We do a huge Christmas toy drive where, we're able to support so many other individuals.
You supported our toy drive. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. Yes, absolutely. I mean, last year we made 1,000 toys. This year we made a little over 3,000. And so we were super grateful that not only were we we were able to help our organizations of choice, but we were able to reach out to other organizations and other people who are doing their toy drive and helping them achieve their goals.
What exactly does the Andrea Believes Foundation do, and what type of work are you engaging with in the community?
So we focus on making a positive impact in the community through different positive projects. But we really do focus on mental health and children and underprivileged individuals. So actually this year I'm super excited to announce that we will be establishing a project that I left behind called My Miracle Bag.
Okay.
And My Miracle Bag is a simple string bag, and inside you'll find some therapeutic activities inside. And those will be passed out to individuals who, are going through depression, anxiety. And inside you'll find like therapeutic coloring book, a fidget item, coloring pencils, little positive affirmations. And my goal is to pass out 10,000 bags this year. I know it's possible with the support of everyone.
Not only do you have a supportive family, but you also have a supportive team around you. People like Peter, for example, you guys are always together. He's always supporting what you're doing. You support what Pete does. How important is it to have strong individuals in your community also supporting you and the causes that you believe in?
Absolutely. I believe that collaboration and support is very important. As you mentioned, Peter and I, we support each other on our different initiatives, and that's how you build community. That's how you build a stronger connection. And I feel like once we all come together and collaborate, we can go ahead and make a bigger impact in the community. And it's funny you mentioned that. As an individual this year, actually, I started a WhatsApp group of nonprofits here in Miami-Dade County. And my goal is to gather all nonprofits and do something together, because we can make a bigger impact, as I mentioned before.
I love that you believe something and you do it, and it's so appropriate for the name of your foundation. Andrea, thanks so much for taking time to hang out with us.
Thank you.
Our pleasure.